Ooh.
And we live.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
And we live. All right. You're now tapped into what kind of party? Episode 10?
Mm-hmm.
Question mark?
Double digits,
Double
my
digits.
guy.
Double digits. We got a dog in the building. A long-time friend,
Yes.
Jay Rivera. What's going on?
What's going on? Thanks
Chilling?
for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming.
Yeah, man.
How's everybody feeling? Everybody feeling good?
Good?
Feeling good?
Yeah.
How's your mental? 1 through 10.
What was
Start it
that?
up.
Like 7.5 last week? I'm like kind of like a 6.
No,
Kinda
I'm
like a
always
6.5.
interested to hear what she has to say because I watch every episode and you always have like...
It fluctuates. She's always fluctuating.
Yeah.
You're riding a high one
Because
week.
I'm insane. Yeah, I don't know. What is it? I give myself like a 6.5, 7.
Why are you down there? What's going on?
Because I'm dealing with emotional things in life right now.
You want to let that out?
No, not right now. But it's being handled. I know things in life are just happening for life, not because, I've done something. So I'm just going to take whatever lessons out of it that I need to. But, it's killing me a little bit.
So that's actually the lowest you've ever been.
I know, but we're never going to go below a 5. Never going to go below a 5.
I mean, if you do, it's okay, but...
No,
Yeah.
I know, but
It's okay not to be okay.
It's
That's
okay
facts.
not to
And I'm
be
not okay today.
Today or in general?
No, well,
It's only on the Sunday thing. It's
That's
only
when I
it
see your
happens.
face.
Yeah, it's only on Sunday.
in general, the next last couple days,
All right.
3-4 days.
Well, we're going to get better. At least you're making improvements, correct?
Yeah, of course,
All right,
of course.
good.
You see the appreciation and everything, and I'm here with my guys. So.
And I fuck with your hat.
Thanks. I
That's
stole it from
fine.
Mardell.
Really? That's funny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That seems like a Mardell type hat.
It is, and now it's a
definitely
my type of hat. Thank you, Mardell.
Word, Jay, how you feeling? 1 through 10, mentals.
I know everyone doesn't like going for 10, so I won't be that first person, but I'll go for a 9.
Nah, if you're
Awesome.
10, you could be a 10.
I mean, I'm always going to be a 10. Like, I'm always going to try to make the best out of any situation. So,
I love
like,
that. I
like,
love that.
Whatever happens, but I'm just always going to try to, like, make the best out of it. So,
Word.
I'll go for a 10 being that it's episode, hopefully 10.
10.
It
It
is
is episode 10.
episode
We
We'll
are
go for
episode
10.
We're
10.
10 on
That's
10.
fire. 10 on 10. That's dope.
Yeah.
I would say, honestly, this week,
You're
I really was going to say I'm also a 10 this week.
Yeah.
I've been fluctuating from a 9 to a 9.5, but I'm definitely a 10 this week. Everything is
You want to
great
tell
at the
us
moment.
why, Michael?
I was going to do it, but you know what?
I'm currently an engaged man. You know what's funny? Last week, I didn't want to say on this pod that I was going to do it because I was like, there's a slight chance she watches the episode with me.
Right.
Because she edits and stuff with me. So like,
Oh.
I'm like, I knew in my head, I was like, she's going to be sleeping when I edit, so she won't. And I was like, let me just not.
Yeah,
You just
no.
don't want to
no.
slip. You don't want to slip.
I was like, I want no room for error.
Yeah, you got to plan for the unexpected.
100%.
Yeah.
Every single little thing, I'm like, all right, maybe she can find out this way, so I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do this. So I was
Yeah.
trying so hard not to, but like I said to you guys, I just wasn't thinking about it. Like the less I thought about it, the better. It was
Yeah.
nice. So I'm a 10. I'm definitely riding the high right now.
Yeah,
I bet. Good,
congrats.
you deserve it.
Appreciate
And
that,
congratulations.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
So
The whole trip.
we having a wedding here on the podcast?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
We're doing the whole
The
show.
reception
Yeah.
party live show.
Yeah,
Word. No, it was good. The whole trip was good. Everything was good. Everything about it. So definitely riding that high.
yeah. And you made it back.
Good.
I did make it back too. Which is
Right,
I was
'cause
so
you were
afraid
stressed.
too. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, I have to take the COVID test. I'm
Yeah.
like, if that shit comes back positive, I'm gonna stay there for another 5 days. Like everything just shuts down.
Like, how mad are you staying in DR for 5
Yeah.
days?
no, but like staying in DR in a room, I can't go out.
Yeah.
I'm literally just staying in a room. I actually could have still done this pod virtually, but it just would have been annoying.
That'd have been the story.
They would have charged
That
you for
would've been
Wi-Fi. They charged
No,
you for
we have
Wi-Fi.
free Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah?
Everything was included. That was.
I was
so
at the
fire.
wrong resort then. They charged you for Wi-Fi.
they were at the end. They were trying to get us to sign up for more because we were clocking out. We're not clocking out, but signing out.
Right.
And then someone's brought us over. They're like, "So how did you guys enjoy your trip?" We're like, "Oh, it was great, whatever." And they're like, "So would you guys ever plan on coming back?" We're like, "Yeah, of course." Just have them come.
Yeah.
We would. And they're like, "All right, so." We can basically next time you come back, we can charge it halfway. If the next one was 3,000, we'll make it 1,500 for you both. Everything 5 days, 4 nights. We're like, oh, okay. What are you talking about? He was like, all right, you got to pay $400 down. I was like, all right, see you later.
Yeah.
But honestly, the deal itself was good. If we planned on coming back, would have been perfect.
Mhm.
We
But he
just,
was looking for money right
and
now.
we
For
literally
you to-
said we're just engaged. We got other things to think about. We
Yeah.
can't be forcing money somewhere we don't know we're going. So
Yeah.
I'm leaving. Stop hustling.
Yeah, stop hustling.
I
I'm trying
already
to go
enjoyed
home.
my time.
I'm trying to go home. Stop hustling. Word, it was nice. All right, so Jay, let's talk about your journey in your cars and talk about everything about that. Let me hear what's going on with it.
Tell us about how you started, though, 'cause I don't know anything, you know?
Alright, so it kind of goes back far. So just the foundation of how I like kind of went into cars was I grew up in church, and I actually did like the audio and video side of things. So I was always used to like mixing and recording and everything like that. So fast forward, once I'm old enough, once I'm in high school, I started making my own money. I'm working, and I bought my first camera. Then I went to Honda Day. I started like watching like a lot of car events and stuff. So I kind of like picked up an interest on it, and being that I had like some prior knowledge of it, I kind of like applied it to that. And then it was rolling. I was meeting people locally, and then one day I kind of like fast forward now, like about 4 years ago now, I went to a wedding, and it was basically a friend of the groom who was getting married. His friend went to Lincoln Tech, which is where I was going. I was starting like 2 weeks from that day, and he was like, "Oh, you should talk to this guy. This guy, he's a technician for Lamborghini." And I had seen that place being built up. Like it was a Land Rover dealership first, but I used to commute to Jersey City every day, and I would see that place being built up. So I'm like, "Oh man, that's so cool." Like the only one that I knew about was in the city or Long Island or whatever. So I'm like, I'm gonna stop in one day. And even before it was built, I met the guy. So it was maybe like a 10-minute conversation. He was like, "Oh, here's my number. Like if you ever want to come, like stop in." And I was like, "Whoa."
The value of networking, dog.
Whoa,
We were talking about that last pod.
So that like I said, I had prior experience around car shows and recording and documenting all that stuff. But this was like really like the turning point where things started to like actually take off, because to shorten it up, I had went there. I met the guy only one time, and I never met him, like I never saw him again, because he went to another dealership to do other things and then just left the field overall. But I met this one guy, Eddie Jones, and that's been like a very, very good friend of mine. And he kind of like, not knowing me at all, only then one other time where he saw me, Lamborghini Paramus had posted up like an image of mine, and come to find out he was the one who was really posting things. So McLaren had a grand opening, and it was like an open invite to everybody. So I messaged the guy, I'm like, "Hey, can I go?" Yeah, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna go, but you can go." So I went there, and that's when everything just kind of like
opened,
changed for me.
That's so dope.
Yeah. So I met the guy Eddie. We kind of spoke. We exchanged information, and like I'm just a normal person, but like he followed me, and I check him out, and it's like 13,000 followers, and I'm like, whoa.
Word.
And then like these cars it was like Forza Horizon just in real life, just pulling up.
That's
and I'm like,
fire.
"Yo, these are like poster cars for me." And I'm like, these things are like around me, and the guys were like super cool, which is like, it's like a stigma around like rich people that have money, which I mean, to a certain degree,
you get that anything.
It exists,
for sure.
but for the most part, it was like everyone was like super cool, and then like more people started following me, and I'm like 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, and I'm like, whoa. And then from there, I just started working with different people.
That's dope.
But it all started from that. Yeah,
that's so dope.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
dope.
The power of a freaking connection.
Literally.
Yeah.
So you do film and video, and photos for...
So right now, like I primarily work on the photography side of it, but I do want to I love it, but it's not my passion. I want to go to the video side. The ultimate goal, which is something that I set my mind to for this year, is I want to upload more to YouTube. I'm not trying to be famous, but I just want to be able to get paid to do what I want to do.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Like just building cars and stuff like that. Because I love working with my hands. It's not like I want to like create a business and then just sit at home and make money. I want to I love that.
Put yourself into it, for sure.
I'm like involved with it.
Yeah,
like outside of work, it's cars. If I'm not watching basketball, if I'm not watching like anything like that I care for, is cars. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
It's really cool.
And even we're talking about too, like the foundation. Like you say, want to make money. Obviously, we want to do things to make money, but like that foundation is so real, which is the perfect. I think that's like the best thing, especially with creating content and shit. It's like, I'm not doing it just for money. I'm
Right.
not doing it to be famous. Like, I'm doing it because
I
I
want
love
to.
it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
to, exactly.
Yeah.
That foundation is strong.
Mm-hmm.
I have a car at home that is like is junk right now, but I always say like I want to get paid to build this car. Like I want to build this car up to be like a regular everyday car, but you know to my liking. But to a point where it's like, you know, I need tires, and the tire company, a sponsorship comes up and be like, I got the tires.
Word.
And the wheel company comes in, I got the wheels.
Yeah.
And just so on and so forth. Where it's like you still got to pay for certain things.
Word.
But then again, I don't got to
Overall,
worry
yeah.
about other
Worry
expenses.
about
I can
it,
kind of
yeah.
focus on one thing. So that's my push for this year is video. So
You want to do more videos? That's what. Like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what's your your goal coming forward now? Like, where do you see yourself? Keep going.
So I have a brand, the Exotic Gridiron, that I started when I first started doing the car shows, like just documenting it. I kind of want to there's no face to it. Like I always shoot the cars, but now I kind of want to do like a rebranding for it. I kind of want to put now my face on it and kind of document
Word.
builds and you know just interactions
Yeah,
this almost.
Word.
I have a face to it because it's like. You know, people know of it, but when you have a face or a personality
visuals
around
to
it,
it, yeah,
right?
I
It's a
feel
little
that.
bit more you know, people
Engaging and
yeah,
shit, yeah.
yeah. So
I get that, yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now.
That's super dope.
Yeah,
Super dope.
yeah.
Is there a specific car you like the most? Like, what's your favorite? Like, bring me to your personal favorites.
Dream cars.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's like trying to pick
I
your
know,
favorite
I know
child.
it. I know it.
So I always talk about this with my boys, but Lamborghini Huracan, that's it for me. That car is an everyday car, and one thing I've learned through going to the dealership it's like you would never think how much people service their cars and how busy a dealership is. Because before I went to that dealership, I had never really seen Lambos out in the streets that.
Yeah.
It's always like I see them once in a blue moon, or even in the city. I saw them, but they weren't popular. But when I went to the dealership and I saw how many cars were getting serviced, I'm like.
Who's driving these things?
Yeah, who owns this? Because I never see these cars out. But now it's kind of just the industry in itself. Cars have changed. They're so much more reliable now that you'll see an everyday $50,000 50,000 mile Huracan a Lambo, and you're just that's insane that people drive their cars
Just
that
generically,
much.
Yeah.
So
guess, yeah.
so that's the car that I want. But I want all cars. I want,
Yeah, they're all the
I want
good.
muscle. I want import. Anything.
Word.
Anything else.
You know what's funny that you say that? I used to feel that way. I mean, I know Teslas are a lot bigger now, but I feel like I see so many Teslas out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, that's gonna be the common car of
100%.
2035
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, everyone's switching over to EVs.
Do you see that the difference in electric and gas? Is that a difference for you or?
I mean, power wise, it's there. It's pretty impressive. But I mean, I kind of like gas. I kind of like the sound of an engine. But I mean, don't get me wrong. The technology is
Crazy,
there
right?
now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been a thing. I remember Mr. Olive. He used to have a Tesla.
I remember that shit too.
It was a poster, and that was really all they had. And they didn't have they were taking body parts from other brands and making their own car. But it's kind of gotten to a point where now they are what they are.
That's crazy. I remember Tesla before it was a thing. Being in Garden State Plaza, they had just a Tesla car just sitting in. Do you remember that?
It was
and
one
now,
of a kind. Now
literally, I'm
everywhere.
what is this thing? You know what I mean?
I know. We had EJ on. He has a Tesla. We went in. It's just it's just crazy that he upgrades his car. How we update our phone, he updates his car.
It was a whole vibe.
I'm what the hell?
And that update can pick up your speed,
it's
how fast you go.
It literally is anything. I'm just yo, it's gonna be like this in the future, and it's gonna be wild.
It's insane.
Yeah,
it's literally like an iPhone wheels.
It literally is an iPhone.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can cut because my boss has one of those too, and he's a little kid, so he'll have sound effects for the horn and everything. So he'll put the war zone dropping, he'll press it and you'll hear it. And I'm that's insane that you can even do that.
Yeah, no, we were playing video games and shit, honestly.
Yeah. You put
There's a fireplace.
Yeah.
Set up the vibes.
Yeah.
I saw for your other point, the loud engine and shit. I was watching a podcast NASCAR and shit. And they're asking yo, do you think it would ever be electric? He was honestly, probably not because the crowd likes to hear that, engine and shit like that. I'm that makes a lot of sense.
It does. It gets you
it's the pregame.
If you're a commuter, I guess it's good for you because you're not. I mean, you still have to charge it, so it's still kind of like you still have to stop for fuel in a sense. Like,
yeah.
But it's like different. Like if you go to a supercharge or whatever, it'll pick up faster. So
Weird.
it's cool, but not for me just yet.
I feel that. No, I feel that.
If I was able to financially afford multiple cars, then I'll have one on as a daily driver. But for right now, I'm gonna hold off on it.
I feel
but
that.
I mean, so I watch like a lot of racing motorsport, which is what I would also love to do. But they have Formula E, which is all electric. So it's crazy because like I've gone to take pictures and also just to spectate like circuit racing, and the cars you hear them coming by, and then with electric, and it was in Brooklyn, like you just hear them like just go right by, and you're just like whoa, like you're not expecting, like you just hear like the actual tires on the pavement. You don't hear nothing else. So it's just like. It's weird, but I mean, it's there. It's there.
Word.
It's interesting.
Cool. That is very interesting. It's funny though. Word. All right, try to get into some would you rather's.
For certain.
Let's get into
For
some
certain.
fucking would you rather's. Let's get it. All right, first one.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be able to fly for a day or be invincible for a day?
Only a day for both of them? Invisible.
I'll fly.
Invisible.
I'll fly for a day. Because like there are places that I want to go to, so I think I would
fly.
Do that. Yeah.
What do you pick?
Yeah.
Yes, like
And
going to
fly
places
cheap,
flying
too.
is cool.
So like as long as I don't gotta fly Spirit, I'll just fly over there
I'm
myself.
gonna be invisible. I can just hop on a plane.
So
Right?
100%, I never understand being able to fly. Like, to me, I just like, am I gonna be in the air like this, like traveling? Like if I went to DR, I'd be like this for 4 hours. Like I don't want to do
Oh,
that.
you're going head first, like just like Superman.
You'll just see me out here flying. I'm have fucking hunters trying to like that's a fucking big ass bird. I got this, man.
Yeah.
I think like even like when they ask me like what's like power you want to use when people say fly, I'm like, I don't really see a purpose of
Honestly,
that.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, but
Me either. I'm sorry.
If you're, what was the second one?
Invisible.
Oh, invisible. I mean, but what are you gonna do? Like,
I could literally like sneak on a plane. Like fuck TSA. TSA doesn't matter.
but I mean,
but
like,
you're right.
But the thing is, you can fly. The other option is you can fly anywhere. If it's like you're invisible, like
you have
like
to
if
be
there's
somewhere.
like that one person, he's like, man, I'll smack the shit out of you. Like that's different. Like, all right, use that to your advantage. But everything else, I'd rather just fly.
Yeah, I guess. I just feel like invisible, like on my day-to-day life, would be a lot better than flying. Like flying is not gonna do much for me.
Yeah.
Even if I want to get to my work, I'm gonna be like this. You just see me like this in the air. Like,
You went from driving in the car to going out flying.
Or I can drive invisible in my car and no one be like, what the fuck is
Or you
going
could fly
on?
and deliver the mail a lot quicker.
Yeah.
I could do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I could do that, I guess. Like levitate.
Literally,
Perfect
just
aim, just
just all through my wherever.
Or I can just be invisible, deliver, and be like, what the fuck's our mailman at?
yeah. He's 2 stops late. He should be here by
Check
now.
the mailbox.
Check the mailbox.
Yeah.
You ain't even see me.
Yeah, and she's looking around. Who is that?
Right? Yeah, I think I pick invisible though. I think invisible. Like I don't know.
Same.
To me, flying like it's cool, but like I don't know. I just feel like
You
there's
can
not really
get
much
into a lot more shit with invisibility.
facts.
But you can fly anywhere you want.
Same.
Also, how fast are you flying? Like, am I flying at like 1,000 miles per hour? Or am I flying at like how I run?
I mean, still though, because even like driving into the city, you still gotta wait in traffic. You can just fly right.
That's
over
true.
Like,
That is
that's
very
not.
true.
That's not
I get,
bad.
but I'm barely in the city, so me, I don't really care for that. I'm barely ever in traffic.
Yeah, no, I barely go down. Well, I do go down to the city, but when I do, I'm so used to this. Like you go to an intersection, everyone gives you a chance to like yeah, go ahead, go.
Yeah.
In the city, you just gotta be like,
Yeah,
an
you
asshole.
just gotta throw yourself out there.
Yeah, you gotta put yourself out there.
Hope
'cause if
nobody
not,
hits you.
You put on your signal light, like the next guy that's next to you, he's speeding up, so you don't go in. So if you fly, you just go right
Yeah,
over.
no, that makes sense. Flying for the traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So you guys.
I wish my car could levitate in traffic. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
That'll be the future. That'll be it. Flying cars. But everybody would be flying then. They'd still be in traffic in the air.
Yeah, with planes at that.
Word.
Do you think we would ever commercialize planes and like flying and shit?
I wonder how dangerous that would be if
But-
we did.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, how would? Yeah.
Like it's weird. Like it's even weird for me. Like I've only experienced it like twice, where like I'm flying and I look out the plane and I can see another plane. coming.
Really?
Uh-huh, yeah,
I don't think
seen
I've
that.
ever experienced
But
that.
it's weird because
Yeah.
you're so high up. You're like, yo, who's here
You
with
wouldn't
me?
expect anybody else
Yeah.
to be
But
up
then
there.
if you actually watch like traffic patterns of like airlines,
Yeah.
like they all come across each other within like
Yeah.
I mean you can't
It's like
be within
roads.
1,000
Yeah.
feet from each other or something like that. But still it's
It's
like
crazy,
that. So now
yeah.
you add cars into it. Like cars, they're not gonna fly that
All the way
high.
high, yeah.
yeah,
but
they'd probably
still,
be
to some
somewhere in the
degree,
middle
like,
atmosphere
There's
somewhere.
smaller planes that don't fly that high;
That
they fly
high,
lower.
lower.
So It's
I wonder. There has to be a lot of going in behind that.
yeah.
Like
for
even when I
sure.
listen, I just flew to DR and we're like talking about it. Like there's so many different airports, so many different airlines. Like,
Right.
But they all have to make sure they line up.
And that's
like,
the thing. Like, there's different regulations. Like altitude. Like, you can't fly over New York City, or you can't fly
Right,
low.
like there are different,
Right.
yeah,
So like
flight
you
restrictions.
got like if you're I mean, even for flying drones, like you have to register your drone. You
Really?
can't yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you have to register your drone with the FAA. Like it's
crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy.
How high can a drone go?
It's maxed out. I haven't flown my drone in a long time, and I don't remember. But it's to a certain point because you can't go higher because of those regulations.
Word.
So to an everyday
crazy.
driver who sucks on the road, now you
Imagine
put him up in
in
the
the
air,
air.
trying to like fly.
Yeah, that'd
Like
be
that's
crazy.
just not gonna work.
Yeah, it's not gonna work at all. It'd be a lot of extra shit, and then the accidents would be like a legit accident. 'cause
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
going all the way.
Yeah,
down.
yeah, you're dead. You're
like
dead.
the car is like you can potentially try to
Yeah.
protection, but like you're going from the air all the way down. That's gonna be
Yeah,
tough.
car versus plane. Like,
Have you
that
heard of the
just doesn't work.
Hyperloop?
Yeah. Have I
have not.
have I heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
What is
like
that? I have not.
excited about it?
Tesla. Tesla. They have like underground tunnels in like LA. I think it is.
He like okay, Elon. He's doing this like I guess it's like another form of like public transportation, and it runs on like magnetic field energy. It's like a bullet in a tube, pretty much like
Yeah.
capsule. I think is what they call it, and
Yeah.
it goes like 500 to 700 miles per hour, and they're trying to connect the West Coast with the East Coast with it, and make it like a commercial thing.
Yeah.
Like, but like Virgin, Virgin is already
They did something similar to it.
Sponsoring
yeah.
it.
They're testing something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like from one major city to another. It's
in like record time.
yeah.
and for
yeah.
like
crazy.
Yeah.
like regular price. Well, like
Yeah,
Public
So you could
transportation
be in your
prices.
Tesla, essentially, and then it lowers itself, and then you're
Bro,
in a tunnel.
That's wild.
So you're just sitting there, and then the car is just doing like over 100 miles an hour. Like it's just
like on some
speed.
train shit.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Like you're on a train.
Yeah. What are you saying?
there's things. I'm thinking about the capsule that people sit
Oh
in.
no! Like
You
it's-
could put your car in it too.
Tesla has something like that too. Yeah,
That's
they're testing it. Yeah. Same
That's
concept,
crazy.
same thing.
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
just
right. So
different.
then you could have like a public option, but then you can, if you
Right,
want your
but
car,
that's what
you
they're
can.
saying. They want to do it where you can be in your vehicle, go to these points, and then just go in those tunnels
with the
and just-
That's
Like a
It's
new
sick.
way of
It's pretty
traffic,
cool.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to show you that video.
It seems pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
somewhere like I don't know exactly. I want to say it's like L.A. or something, like just something in the area, because traffic is terrible in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, no, I've
L.A.,
heard-
New York,
I've heard.
Houston, Dallas, Atlanta is like the worst in the country. So I think
They're
it's
trying to-
it's somewhere on the
yeah.
West Coast for sure, but it's to like try to
Better that.
yeah,
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Word. Damn, that's kind of cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word.
Wanted to show you.
All right, next one.
I'll find all that information out at like 3:00 in the morning. I'm like on my phone in bed, just like
Right.
and then it's just like it's like a wormhole. I just go down and just start researching like
Everything.
one thing,
Yeah, and then it gets
it
to
goes
that,
into
and
another
that,
thing.
and that.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like technology just
Yeah.
keeps changing, so it
Word.
just keeps your interest.
It really
you know?
does literally just keep
And these are
changing.
things that affect our daily lives, like cars and
100%.
shit.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
you know,
Because
so
once that becomes the norm, that
right. It's like
And you're always gonna need cars. Like you're always gonna need a way to get
transportation.
around.
Yeah,
So,
it's transportation. Unless we can teleport somewhere, that'd be kind of
that
cool.
would be fire. I would take that over invisibility or flying.
Anytime,
any day.
completely different subject, but back to that. Anytime anyone asks me for any superpowers, I always say teleportation.
That's my guy.
It literally is the most convenient way. Like, if I'm in a superhero world, I don't know if I would pick teleportation, but if I'm in a day-to-day life, I wake up, I'm at work.
Yeah.
I wake up like 5 minutes before, I brush my teeth, I'm
I
at
was
work.
gonna say that right after you were finished. Cause I roll out of bed. I'm not a morning person at all. So to be able to like wake up, wipe the crust, do what you gotta do,
And then we out.
and then
Right.
you at
And,
work,
and then even like going on trips, DR. We out to DR, and then
Yeah.
at night I'll teleport back to my bed, back to DR the next day with everyone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything
You don't
is so
have to
convenient.
stay in DR.
You don't. You
But
can
why
just
wouldn't
go.
you want to?
No, but that's what I'm
I know,
saying.
I know,
Like,
I know.
regardless, and then like even I'm gonna warm up my car, I can just teleport there, or like anything, or like we just went to the Ravens game in Baltimore. I had to drive 4 hours back.
Fuck that 4 hours.
Yeah, fuck that 4 hours. I save mad time. Probably mad fat, but I'll be saving mad time.
Listen,
Teleportation
I'll
is so
take it.
fun.
You can
I'll
teleport
take
to the gym.
teleportation.
What you mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I gotta just mentally tell myself.
Yeah.
Because mentally I'll be like, it'll be alright.
He was like, I ran out of flying points. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Okay, right?
That's funny.
Alright, let's get into another one. Would you rather read minds or move things with your mind?
Move things
Move
with my
things from
mind.
minds. Yeah.
Well, yeah, honestly, you're right.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty fire, yeah.
Yeah.
To be able to,
Yeah, the other one, like read minds is just like I don't really have an interest in
what other people think.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
can kind of figure it out too,
Yeah,
already, you know.
But if I got like if I have to, it happens at work. Like if I have to move cars to get like another
that's
car
probably
out.
so convenient for you.
Yeah,
If you could-
yeah. or even like if you're in the morning, you go to your van and there's just snow all over you.
And just
like,
move all that
just
shit.
move all the
That'd
snow
be
without touching
fire.
it. Your hands aren't cold. You're not shaking it.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
your shit. That'd be crazy.
Honestly, yeah, moving things with my mind sounds so
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to go against you just for the
Just for
to
the
go
sake
against
of
you, but I can't.
Yeah, nah.
I just can't. That shit is so
It's
fire.
easy, yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
nah.
easy. Everything about life would be fire. You just be moving shit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
moving,
worry about that.
teleporting.
You could just sit there,
flying.
put everything
literally.
back.
Or even like if
And
I'm
get
in
up
bed
and
and I
leave.
forgot to turn the light off, I just move the switch.
Yeah.
The little convenience make everything so much better.
It is.
Or like, damn, I forgot something on that table. Just bring it right here.
Yeah,
I'm good.
That's crazy.
Decline
though.
my grandmother's phone call from here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just find that shit like that. Turn that shit off. Press that button.
I mean, we're getting there to a point because you could tell like your
Siri?
or Alexa,
Alexa,
or
yeah.
like turn
Yeah.
off lights and then the lights just
that
shut
is
off.
true. Or like if I got a call, I can just press it on my watch. Like I'm
Yeah.
right here, ready. If
Sure.
my phone was over there, I'd be like, all right, fuck it.
What's the sitch?
What's the stitch? All right, let's get into one more. Maybe even two more. Who knows? Would you rather be raised by a billionaire but cruel parents, or raised by poor parents but loved?
Poor parents but loved. Because I feel like if you have all the money, like I mean, you see with celebrities and everything. Like one person who I really loved was Robin Williams, and he was rich. He had like an insane watch collection, cars, like. But obviously there was something going on.
mentally, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like, you know, you kind of appreciate like the little
The
things.
little
and,
things, yeah.
You know, you'll always make, and that's where it goes back to like your mental status of like always the 10, because like I'm always gonna try to like better any situation, like even if there's no getting like around it, I'm just like, listen, man, I'm gonna get through. It's gonna suck.
100%. But I'm gonna try to fight.
But
through
it is
Whatever
what it is.
It is what it is. I'm gonna do what I can. do
Yeah.
after that.
So I would apply that in that sense.
In that
too.
sense, that's no. I 100% said the same thing. I'm like billionaire. That'd be freaking cool. But like being raised, not knowing life, I would rather know love rather than know money.
Yeah.
Because with my older life, I'm gonna be like, money is the only thing that matters. Because like that's
Yeah.
what I was raised into. Not saying I'm wrong, but that's I don't want.
Like you don't know
want
no other world besides
100%.
that.
And like I said, it's not wrong. It's not right.
Yeah.
But that's what they know, and like I don't want that. From what I know now, I would rather be loved rather than because money can come. Love
Yeah.
also can come, but like that foundation of love is hard to get.
Love is just.
I will say not, and it's not everybody. It's not like common, but like I've met people where through like the dealership and stuff where they have money.
Yeah.
They
I
have
bet.
money.
Shit.
Yeah.
But they like have the most problems.
Yeah, I bet.
Like they're like
yeah.
just
they can't keep real people around them because
Yeah.
all they think is money, and then
Yeah.
whoever has money is real to them,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be fake, and you know.
and then going back home for me, like you know
Family
you know
oriented, yeah.
my
No,
mom
family
and my
oriented, yeah,
parents are like
for
we
sure.
we travel together, we
Yeah,
have
no,
fun.
that's
So like
good.
it's always been like I've always been
Weird.
structured around that.
Family, which is nah.
Yeah. So.
Like you said, you were 10, so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Word, that's dope.
Mhm.
What do you say?
Yeah, I'm gonna say move with love
Yeah.
and poor
Yeah.
Yeah.
family. So
Word. I think, like I said too, like it depends. Like if I'm getting raised by that, like now, I'd be like, I don't know. I mean, they can
Right.
raise me now with mad money. I know what the
Yeah.
fuck I know my direction in life, but
right, having the foundation as money being the root of like
everything,
everything,
that's-
I
'cause,
just
like,
don't think.
you're literally gonna come home and your parents won't be there, or when they're there, they're gonna give you shit. It's just like I don't
Right.
want that.
I
shit in
always
my
think
life.
like especially like with objects, like they become like obsolete after a while. 'Cause,
For
like,
sure, once you have so much.
Yeah, even with like games, like you want a PS2, you get the PS2, then like the new one comes out, then you don't value
Yeah,
that as much.
yeah,
You want the next one. So if you have money, you could buy literally whatever you want, but it's almost like all right, I have the willpower to get it.
Get anything.
Like like
What else is there
What
in
else-
life?
yeah.
You know, like what
Yeah,
else is there for me? You know,
Facts.
but I
Nah,
feel
I mean,
that. I
I
feel
would
that.
like to try it for a day though.
Facts. Oh, 100%.
I'll take it.
I agree to that. I agree to that.
I'm not knocking anybody, but definitely.
I definitely agree to that.
Makes sense for sure.
Word. All right, fuck it. Let's get one more.
Hey.
And
Let's
with
get
that,
one more. Ooh, this was pretty solid. Would you rather have 10 kids or not be able to have any?
Not be able to have any. The fuck?
You just had two different answers. Very confidently, you guys both just said two different answers.
I would adopt 10.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
10
because I
kids.
have to have the kid, but like
Yeah,
10.
that's true.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, valid point.
All right, so you didn't have to have it. Like they're yours, but you didn't have to like physically have it.
No kids.
All right, still,
Okay,
still
so
same answer.
sorry. I'm sorry.
You say 10?
Yeah, 10.
So when I first saw it, I said 10 too, because I definitely want to be a father. So I'd rather just be a father than not be a father, and I'll figure that out.
And
I'll figure 10
is it
out.
10 back to back, or is it 10 like spread
At some
out?
point in life, you are stuck with 10 kids.
Yeah,
It don't matter when you hit
It's 10 years because you have to do 9 months, and there's a healing phase
Word.
too. So I mean, but is
Sheesh.
it all one shot,
Yeah.
or
I mean, honestly, if it was spread out, you're going to be having a kid when you're like 70 years old.
I mean,
10 kids?
Shit.
That's a lot.
I'm not
Nah,
spread
you
out
got a
that
10. You're
far,
from
but I
20
mean,
to
like,
30. You just crank them all out.
Yeah, but so I'm saying if you're spreading them out, though.
It'll just be hand-me-downs. I'll go to the store
Right.
and I'll go from toddlers to like men. I'll buy it, and then as like the kid grows,
Grows up,
it's like,
you
"Ah, you
just
get
switch to
this,
new ones."
and then you give that to your younger sibling, and then just pass it down and have all
Word.
clothes ready.
Yeah, I think I'd be 10 though, because I definitely want to be a father in life, so I'd rather not have. But honestly, like the more you think about it,
You'd
it's
rather
like
have a
10
schoolhouse of children than-
Yeah, no, 10 kids is a lot.
It's a
is a lot.
schoolhouse.
Yeah, it's a lot, but I don't know. I feel like 10 kids.
But you
I
gotta
can
keep that
manage
name going. You gotta.
Yeah, facts.
That name gotta
I
keep
got a
rolling.
fucking basketball team with the bench and all that. I got almost got a whole football
Honestly,
team.
Yeah.
you might as well make your own
Yeah, make
team
the
or
whole
something.
Kids are waiting at the school bus. You pulling out the driveway with the bus. 10 kids in there. You're just going right to school.
Right to school, I got the whole fucking
Yeah.
shit. I'm the bus driver now.
Yeah, nah. You can use that as
Those
for
Mercedes
tax
vans?
deductions too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Why do
It's
you
like
say-
$1,200.
Why do you
Isn't
say no kids?
it? Because that's 10 kids versus no kids. I gotta give my time and energy to like one child
I get
to
that.
teach it. You know,
Yeah,
like
the way
life
you
and
say it like
love and
that,
liberty
yeah.
and the pursuit of happiness and. Fuck, I can barely pay attention to myself in the morning, but 10 kids?
Yeah, I can see you saying
Valid.
0.
10?
Yeah. No, you do have a valid point. When I
Valid
saw that
point.
too, I
And
said
like,
10
if y'all
kids
have
is
the
a lot
10
of
kids,
fucking
look, I can watch one.
Yeah.
I got one of them.
All right, but all right. So let's kind of restructure it. It's not only you, like your family, like
Yeah.
whoever's involved in your family can help. Like for us, there was 5 of us in the house.
I don't want my life being surrounded by family.
No,
I'm sorry. I know that's
No,
sorry,
it's valid
Yeah.
coming from you. It is very valid
She's
coming.
like,
no,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. No.
Christmas and New Year's is enough.
No, I know it does sound crazy, but I just
Secret Santa's for everybody.
yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, one person gets
I don't
one
even
thing.
know.
Everybody
Right.
gets one thing.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I couldn't. I'm sorry.
No, I feel that. I mean, it's all right.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, I'm like, damn, 10 kids is a lot. But at the
You know,
same time, 0
and
kids
I
is
have
like,
the love of my friends around me.
But your friend has 10 kids, so I can't deal with you. I got no time for you, so.
Right, so I gotta find new friends. I can find new friends. I'm just not gonna have any kids.
She's gonna find friends who have no kids. Like, you have kids? Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're not friends.
Nah.
We could be friends, but
Dub.
no, you got kids, so
Dub.
sorry.
When do you do? All right, after the due, you're cut off.
Could you imagine being so cruel?
I know that's rough, but I mean there are certain people like that.
No, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Not hanging around you because you have kids?
Oh hell yeah! What?
I guess that's a stupid
I mean,
thing to say.
I'm not naming anyone, but there are kids.
there's definitely
there are
things like
kids out there. You were like,
Yeah, I don't want to be around that.
no.
Fair. This is true. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, I don't care if the kid's here. Don't expect me to pay attention to it, but like, I don't care if it's here.
Word.
Or
Nah.
they, or he, or she.
Yes.
It.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever they want to be called.
Yeah.
Is that what
Alright.
you're gonna do when you have kids? Are you gonna like they it?
No. Am I gonna they it? I don't. No. Do you see how that came out, Simone?
The.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
Yo, let's get into some questions, Simone.
He said no.
All right. First question of the episode / pod / week / day, whatever. What is the best way you learn and process information?
So for me, it has to be visually and kind of like hands-on. Because other than that, I won't really process that information. Prime example is school. All technology classes, PE classes, I was like excellent in.
Because you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was like hands-on, and I it's like repetitive, and you kind of like
There's
learn.
a process, you can see it.
Right.
Yeah.
You kind of like adapt your way of thinking to whatever it is you're doing, and then it just comes, it flows easier. And also visual, like I can't read instruction manuals and then be like, okay, I know what I'm doing. Like I have to watch like a video. Like IKEA is number one, because they do videos for that. But I have to watch it because like the instruction would be like grab leg A and then put it here.
And AC and then 14.
It's like a math equation, fucking IKEA.
I'm
you
gonna be
know?
like, nah, I don't have the patience for this. So I just watched the video and I'm like,
Makes a lot of
that's
sense.
going with this. And
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. So that's kind of like how I process that. So yeah, hands on for sure.
My answer is completely the same because, as you guys know, I was not smart in school. Like reading something and doing
Oh,
something.
your boy was a super senior, so I know.
Yeah, no, everything like I have this like an example. Like even like if I'm playing basketball, like if coach was just saying something and saying a play and I was sitting on the sideline, I couldn't go in the game and run it to perfection. But like if I'm literally doing it step by step, I'm like, oh, okay, my body. You know what I'm saying? Like even like driving, so to say, or like driving somewhere I don't know. Where it's like if I'm in the passenger seat, I can kind of pick up on things, but like if I'm actually doing it, I'm like, okay, I know I gotta check it right here when I do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just anything like hands on, like let me like examples, like let me do the example. I can't see the example and be like, all right, I kind of got it, but like, or even like we're playing like a little game or something. It's just like, all right, I have to like you can tell me like the instructions, but I won't know everything until I actually play.
Like actually get it.
That's kind of how it is for me at work. So like I work on cars for a living. And we have like basically a book on how to do everything, like online. You go through the computer, but it shows you just pictures and everything. And I'm like, okay, like sometimes it's not really well detailed neither. So I'm kind of like, all right, I'm a little lost. So I'll go to like another tech and I'll be like, all right, this is where I'm at. This is what I took off. Where do I go next? And they'll be like, all right, you got to take this, and this off. And then now I'll know it. And then now I'll kind of understand what the instructions were telling me because now I could kind of like match apart to what the instructions were saying. And that's just how like I apply it in work too.
I you know it's crazy too. Like after I do it, like physically, I can go back, read the thing, and then be like, oh, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
Because
You
I
understand.
literally know, okay, like I did this physically, and I can go back and be like, oh shit.
That's one thing I hated in school that they used to like teachers would do that. And they were like, you don't get it? I'm like, if the sheet is blank.
Freaking,
no,
my
I don't
goodness.
understand. They're like, help me. Like,
Kills me.
Yeah,
the amount of times I went up to, I won't say their names, but I'm like, look, I don't get this. I know you've explained it to me 14 times, and they'll just look at you like, come on, Simone. Are you serious? Fucking yes, I'm serious.
Try it again. Right,
what do you mean?
5 minutes.
She's so smart. She just doesn't try. No, you're not helping me.
Yeah,
I need help.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Me. Help me.
But to that effect, yes, I am a visual learner. Also, it really helps if like I get the relationships of something. If something is explained to me, if someone tells me why it belongs where it belongs, then I can see it better. But like, yeah, the same thing with like reading. It was hard for me to like always comprehend what is going on.
Yeah.
ELA, whenever we took those ELA exams, like reading the passages and like, all right, what's the topic? What's the message? What do they feel? Fuck, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Like I will say reading is important now.
Well,
like,
yeah,
as an
now.
adult. I kind of like take more interest in it.
For sure.
But in high school, I was just like, yeah, no, I don't know what this book has anything to do
Right.
with what I'm gonna do.
No,
out in
and
the
like
real world.
see, Nick and I was talking about that the other day too. It's just like the generic. If you test a fish how to climb a tree, it's gonna fail. It's gonna think its life is failing.
Yeah.
You test a monkey how to, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
swim. It's just like, and that really like obviously
It
it's
makes
just like
sense. No, but it's true.
it makes sense, yeah, because like if you're trying to do cars and I'm gonna test you how to do podcasts, you know what I mean? It's just like I can figure it out.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do what I can do because I can.
It's that idea that knowledge is relative.
100%, but at the same time, it's just like it's cool to learn things, understand things, but like don't make me feel like shit because I don't know this,
right.
or I can't do this because I'm not interested in it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. That to me is just like that. That's the same concept where it's just like
Yeah, and with the reading thing too, because reading is so subjective as it is. Like even now I enjoy it. Like now I can get it.
because
But
you can pick what you want to
right,
read.
Yeah,
well,
We're not
yeah.
being forced. That you
even
have to
still,
read
like
it.
even still, if I had to read it, I know that those Shakespeare that just blew me. There's nothing that I took from Shakespeare that benefits me now.
To
like,
be or not to be.
remove it from the curriculum. But I lost my train of thought.
Shout out Miss Carnell, Miss Mac.
Word, I really fuck
Yo,
with them.
I love Miss Mac. I absolutely.
Their attitudes with like life in general and awesome.
But it was crazy because freshman year, she was like, "I'll rip your arm off, hit you with the West Side."
What I
Like,
think?
she was like that. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I like her.
That's
she's
bad.
cool, but she became real. Like you know how she was.
Yeah,
with
when you get
homework and
old. Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying like this was a good thing, but she really gave me like chances to
That's
like.
dope.
So yeah,
That's
so shout out to her. 'Cause-
Word.
No, she was really chill.
Yeah.
I
She
feel
was
like that
really chill.
what makes a good teacher is like humanizing like people, or like you know
Right.
even like like
Right.
a boss or like, you know what I'm saying, like a leader. It's like humanizing the people that are under you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to teach, or
Yeah.
you're trying to, you know.
And I will
Not
say,
everybody is the same.
100%,
You
we're not all
have to-
robots. Like, yeah,
every
we all have
relationship
a format.
is different.
Yeah, the format is the same, but every single person
Gets
is
that
different.
information
Yeah.
differently.
So it's
sure.
like, oh, that's not fair because that person got this. It's like, it is fair because we're all different.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? We're all in the same structure, so we're all going to be critiqued the same way, but at
Right.
the same time, everybody has different ways to learn. Everyone has different ways to
Yeah.
produce. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally the question, what's the best way for you to do it? Like, if my best way is to read something and then do it, and your best way is to do something and then read it, why are we going to make everyone read it and then do it? No, my best way is this way. Let's make
figure
sure
out how we get to
Let's-
the end on our own.
the most efficient
Yeah.
way.
That
Let's
we get
figure
there.
out the most efficient way to get to the process we need to get to, rather than everyone has to do it. If you don't do it, you're not right.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think that to me is, and like obviously like the school is the school, like that's how they do it. But
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like there's little better ways to do it. Like I said, like, as a teacher, I feel like that makes a good teacher.
Or just giving kids more freedom to
100
figure
like-
it out.
But like I said, like freedom in the structure. Like don't just be like, all right, do whatever you want.
Yeah,
No,
right.
You're the structure here. You follow the structure, but do it how you feel like you need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Do
But,
it
like,
in your own.
efficiently.
Yeah, because if you do it in a way that somebody else does it, you're not really, like, you're not gaining that information the same way that he is. He or she might be taking it like, they might look at it and just be like, I got it. But for you, you're like, whoa.
What was all that?
Yeah, what just
Yeah, right.
happened? Like,
Right.
yeah, no.
Nah, for sure. All right, we get to the next card.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby, can you do me a favor first?
Yeah.
Can you just check if that's recording?
We have PTSD here.
Yeah, for sure. One episode, it
43
stopped.
minutes.
Love
baby.
that.
Hey.
Alright, no, because one episode it wasn't charged, and
And it
like
died?
it died or something. It was charged and it died. Something happened.
Don't even know. It was a weird thing.
Literally, and like this stopped. Everything stopped, and it was.
Oh, that
just
was
like,
with EJ and them,
100%.
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mercury was in
Watched it.
retro.
No,
Shout out to you.
all jokes aside, like I drive every Wednesday. I drive to work and I play.
I love
on God. On God. No, I will say, like whenever like anybody like that I know is doing something, I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna
Appreciate
buy
that.
it
Word.
because like I know what it's like. Like I'm
Yeah.
doing something on my own, and I would love like friends because sometimes like and it's not dissing anybody, but like sometimes strangers show more love than friends.
100%.
And
Big
it's
time.
like that's
time.
crazy. Like so, I try to like make sure like every day like I like engage
Yeah,
in whatever someone
that's
else is
dope.
doing.
Nah, that's
And plus, like I'm driving and at work, like I'm working on cars, so like I have podcasts going, so I'm just
Word.
like listening, just doing my work. So
Word.
no, I
That's
watch, I
fire.
listen,
Appreciate
I listen.
you,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Appreciate that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I love to hear that. I
Me
really
too.
do.
That's
So
awesome.
dope. All right, let's get into the next card. Oh, wrong card. Am I going crazy?
Aren't we all just a little bit?
Name your pet peeves. Some pet peeves of yours.
I think I have a lot of pet peeves.
Yeah, just name. Yeah, we can just.
I had
Because
to,
everyone got some. Pet
I had to ask Gabby because I couldn't think of any at like right when you sent me that, but I will say I hate when people have like they're having a bad day, and by all means have your bad
Of
day.
course,
We all
yeah.
go through it, but I just hate when they bring the whole room down
down
you.
with them.
Yeah,
I feel that.
like they're just miserable
whole vibe
and they're
is
like
just-
they're
yeah.
not trying to like have anybody else have
Have
fun
fun.
or like
I
do
feel
something.
that. I feel
And
that.
I'm just like
feel
yo,
that
you
for
sucking the
sure.
life out of it.
Yeah.
Like I'm still gonna have a good time no
I
matter
get.
what.
Yeah, but you're
like,
trying your hardest to
you
make us
yeah,
not
you are that
yeah.
black cloud in this
Yeah.
room right
Right.
now.
Right.
And really like the only one that I could really think of is like I'm not gonna say where, but there's like I go out and let's say you have a job, like and I'm like a customer and I'm not and by no means like I'm not like an ass at all. Like I'll sit there like drive through, I'll sit there for 5 minutes and I really won't get tight. Even if
Word.
I'm running late, like I'm just not that's not
Yeah,
my
I feel that. I get
my
it.
personality.
Yeah.
But I hate when I ask you for something and you roll your eyes at me like
Come on.
like
Why am I the problem?
you forgot something that came with something that I paid for, and I'm asking for it, and
Yeah.
like you getting annoyed, and it happens a lot. And I mean, like some people hate their jobs, and that's cool because I've been through it, but I never put that energy on anybody else.
That's
Like
dope,
if
yeah.
I spoke to somebody else, whether it was a coworker or like a customer, like I always try to put that good energy out because I would hate it.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna
for
do
sure,
nothing about
for
it,
sure.
but I know what that's
Yeah,
like. Like I don't
yeah.
want that. So
Nah, I get it.
so yeah, that's definitely one of mine.
Yeah, honestly, to feed off that too, one of mine is like kind of how we were just talking about. Like, in general in life when people like dehumanize someone, like I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I like
don't
to me
that.
it's just like I don't care if I'm making $1 million and your dad is making $5,000.
Yeah.
We're still humans.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
And we've talked about this on the first episode where it's just like you treat the janitor the same way you treat your principal. And like to me, like I go through life like that, so it's just like I hate when I see people like like not even say they're better than you, but just like
You think you can tell
blow you off and like you know like you don't mean anything.
Talk to you
me.
as if you don't know.
To me, it's just like why are you doing that? What do you get from that? You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is just like. I just like I don't hate anyone, whatever, but it's just like dog, like come on,
Yeah.
like, that shit is just so.
That I will say that definitely is now that you mention it, it is big because like most of the jobs that I've ever had have been like labor side jobs. Like I'm physically working and doing something. And when I used to work in the city in the union, we would have like clients that they were like just straight up assholes and just like. Oh, don't let these guys come on to this side of the floor or like this space or like this executive is walking by, and like by all means that's cool but I don't care because like at the end of the day you still like me we still got to do human like things. So you're not any better than me. And like I said, very rarely, but every once in a while in the car scene, like you'll have somebody that I mean, don't get me wrong, they got a badass car, like $1 million car.
Word.
I mean, even like a lower end car, but they just think like they better, and I'm just like,
Word.
Nah,
Like you're not.
Nah,
You're
bro.
not.
Like you take all that away, we're
still the same. We're still
identical.
humans.
Yeah, for sure. So that's definitely another thing of mine.
You got any? Because I got a couple. I can keep.
Yeah, no, keep going.
I can just
I feel like
fucking.
there's a lot
The more you talk about it, the more
Yeah,
I'm
it's just
like,
like
yeah,
you're right.
I don't fuck with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that piss me off, pet peeves. But I don't know. I don't like when people say like I'd never or I couldn't or I like would never try or just things like putting a wall in front of for something like simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
So I don't know. I think I don't know. I just wouldn't.
I will.
I don't know. I just would rather if you're in a situation where you can try. Like, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if it's like, all right, like I don't want to fail, like I don't want to, whatever the case is. But like, and I know it has nothing. I mean, I'll try whenever, if I have to. You know what I mean?
Comes,
like
yeah.
the opportunity comes. But I don't know. I'm just like no, like come on, give it
I feel
a little shizzy. It builds character.
Word. No, yeah, I agree. Just the builds character thing. That's good. Cause
You learn something from it, I guess.
Experiences. Everything's an experience. That's how I
Yeah,
just see it.
yeah, that's
No
what
matter
it is.
what I'm doing in life, bad, good, it's an experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get through it, and it's an experience. I can look back and be like, all right, now I'm not gonna do that, or I want to do this again.
Right.
Everything's an experience, regardless if it's huge or if it's the worst thing ever. It's an experience.
You learn something from
I
everything.
learned something
you do.
from it. I have to try at least try to learn something from
Right.
it because I can't just go to life and be like, nah, that just sucked. Nothing happened from that. No, it sucked.
But this is what
did I learn from this? What's the littlest thing I can learn from this? Like, don't tie my shoe this way, or don't wear these shoes here because little things. That's the little thing I can learn from it. Cool, I learned that from it.
One thing I will add on to it. I don't like when people like I always say like if we're amongst like coworkers, like I'll mention like, oh, I'm hungry or I'm tired, and someone's like, oh, I went to bed at like 5 a.m.
Oh yeah, yo,
I'm still
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm still
Like,
tired.
don't compete with me, man.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
I'm tired,
Or
you're
I'm
tired,
hungry.
we're tired
Yeah.
together.
Like, yo, I haven't eaten since 2 days ago.
okay.
I'm
still hungry.
Like,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I also hate like what pet peeve or like if we're hanging out. Like there's a time and a place, but like I hate when like everyone's social or trying to be social and everyone's just on their phones. Like not on their like if I'm gonna text someone really quick, like get a plan out.
Right,
But
right.
like if I'm just scrolling through social media,
and the entire room is doing something else, but you just locked on
it's
your
just
phone.
like be present,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Like you can be on social media at any time when you're alone. Like that's I
Yeah.
feel like that's what social media is supposed to be like when you're in your room,
Yeah.
on your bed, scrolling. Like if I'm in public, you know what I'm saying, just like this.
Yeah.
And everyone's having a conversation, or I'm just like this. It's just like, what do
Yeah.
you do? What's so important in here? What is
Yeah.
so, you know what I mean? Like,
Gabby and I, we always talk about that. Like we'll go out somewhere and like someone will be like, and it's not even like you're like disconnected for like, I mean,
For sure.
even 5 minutes and you're coming back, but like the entire time. It's not like one of those like black cloud, like you having a bad day.
100%.
So you just sitting on your phone.
You're just in a
and
whole
it's
other
just
world.
Like,
Like, be
we
present.
here. Like,
Let's vibe together. You know what I'm saying?
Have
Like,
some etiquette at least. Like, do
yeah,
like,
try, and I obviously like I'm guilty of it sometimes too, but I try to catch myself and like, or even like if everyone is doing it, everyone's just like they don't have conversation to hold, so we're just gonna be on the phone. Like, no, like talk about the dumbest shit. Like it's snowing outside, then fucking go from there. Like, don't be on your phone like going crazy. Like I said, like if Alyssa's somewhere and I gotta make a plan, I gotta text really quick. That's completely different. But like I'm not scrolling through social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? It's like putting your attention towards something.
Exactly.
Literally
We
something
were
else.
talking about it yesterday because we went up to Maine last year, and but I'm a big Miami Heat fan.
Yes, you are.
so I was watching the score, but I'm not like locked in. I have it playing, and we're at like where were we, Gabby? Brewery, right? So like. For those who don't know, I don't really drink like that. So I'm just sitting there with water, and everyone's waiting for their beer, and they're rating it through the app. But like I'm just sitting there, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna turn on my phone. I'm gonna listen to it, but I'm still engaged with everybody.
Tapped in,
but like I'm just like looking
for sure.
All right, cool.
It's like the TV being on in the background at the brewery.
Very often.
You know,
I have my red zone going on Sundays. I do that often.
Yeah, and Gabby's like, that was rude. I'm like, well, I mean. Everyone else is drinking, and they know like I don't drink, so I don't have a problem going. But I'm just like I don't think it's a big deal. If I was like back turned, like
making sure like no one can see.
Yeah, like I still interacted with everybody.
I get that.
But I mean I fall into that too. So.
That's what I'm saying. I do that sometimes too, but I catch myself. I'm like. Let me get off my fucking. There's nothing important on here right now. I don't need this. Like,
have you ever watched at your screen time? We did that yesterday.
I don't do it often, but I do it occasionally. And like I did it a lot when I used to play this game on my phone, and I was on my phone.
Was it the Plants vs Zombies?
Damn much. No, it was this Marvel game that I used to play, and I would literally wake up like 30 minutes before I needed to just to play my game. Like I was literally obsessed, and Alyssa was like, "Bro, you're doing too much." I literally was like. I know I am, but I need to keep playing this game. Like, I know I'm fucking up, but I need to play. I love that. And, like, I was literally on my phone too damn much. I literally got to a point where I was just like, I have to stop. Like, I literally caught myself. I looked at the screen. I said, no more.
Today's over. We're done today.
It was so funny because I played the game, and, like, I played it no lie for, like, over 2 years. And, like, when I first started playing it, like, I would see, like, I would go to Alyssa's family's house, and, like, her sister's husband, Nick, and like he would see me play, like ask me about it, and like literally like a year later he would still see me play. He's like, "You're still playing it?" I'm like,
"That's my dad."
And then like a year later, he'd be like, "You still playing it?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like I was like regardless of what time frame, I was like, "I'm still fun." I would literally go to bars and shit and play my game. Like I was that one that I literally just had my pet peeve, my shit. Like that was my game. Like I literally was just like, I have a problem. I have a fucking problem.
Here's some 10-year-old downloading the game, and you have to face him, and he's like level 6,000. He's level 1. All the skins. Everything ready to go.
Yeah, that game was fire though.
Yeah, I use my phone a lot because most of the time I'm out like on the road doing something. So like when I'm done with work, I'll like run over to Lambo, or like I'll run out to go meet somebody to take pictures. So most of my editing and everything is done through my phone. So my screen time is high. Oh, and also for work as well, I use my phone. For work. So my screen time is high. But I mean, the highest one is YouTube. But I mean, when I'm not doing anything, I live on YouTube.
Like YouTube videos are like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah, and that's why I don't watch cable at home just because like my time capacity for like sitting and watching something like I don't watch Netflix. I don't watch anything just because it has to be short. Like
I feel that.
10-minute videos, you know, something short like that. Because if not. I can't. I lose interest in it. So that's where most of my time is in. Like that's the most used app is YouTube. Everything else, like TikTok, was like 10 minutes. Instagram was like an hour. But like it's mostly like when I get home from everything. Then I'm like, like when I answer you, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, I was like that's when I sit down and I like read through all the messages and answer everybody back. So,
you got any more pet peeves?
I don't know, I'm sure I do, but I can't think of any right now.
I know Alyssa always says this, and it makes sense. Like when like kids, not like younger kids, but like middle schoolers and shit, like say like I'm bored. Cause like I know I used to say that shit, but like honestly, it's just like cause my niece says that a lot. Like I'm bored. And like our whole family's here, like doing something. I'm bored. Like all right, do something.
Do something. Yeah, entertain yourself.
You have things going on.
Yeah.
Like, don't be. You know what I mean? Like that to me is just like stop. And like she says it all the time. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. Cause it's like, why are you bored? Like there's no reason for you to be bored right now. But that's also kind of annoying. Even I mean I don't hear really adults say that often, but
No, normally they just want to get out of wherever they're at. If they're bored, they're just like, I want to leave.
Right.
I want to leave.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to get home.
Yeah, I could drive. I'm gonna dip.
Facts. All right, so it's been a good episode.
It certainly has.
Every episode's been a great episode. This is a great episode. How we conclude is our goals for the week. So from next Sunday, what is something you want to accomplish?
You go first.
Getting over whatever I'm getting over. I don't know.
What was your goal last week?
Wasn't I finishing a song last week? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, you did say you wanted to do it. How's that song going? You seem stressed over there.
Actually I have 3 that are like cooling. I haven't showed you the other 2.
Oh. Are you like, how far are you?
They're like, I have to finish them all up. They're not as complete.
You were busy. You were in DR.
I was busy. I was doing something.
He was. So they're not in like as complete as the other one you heard, but I have 2 more that I'm trying to get to 7, guys.
I will say you are progressing.
Oh, big time.
Because she would, like I said, I watched it, so she was like trying to get the bartending job.
Hey.
So every end of the episode, she was mentioning it. So you're past that, right?
Yeah. Back corner. We're over here. We're back corner.
So now on to the next one.
So now we're just in songwriting mode right now.
So did you do anything different to the first song?
No, not yet. I kept that one. I just want to re-record it to make it like it's not like Mike, that was like a one-time thing. Like I need to go back and actually like make it like a professional thing. But I have 2 that I laid down that were first takes, so I just want to make them as complete as the other one.
How long does that normally take you?
It depends. Sometimes I catch a vibe and like there's a song, and then other times.
Is that when you're driving or just?
So okay, well sometimes like. All right, well, I get smacked, and then I'll just kind of like, just, I don't know, just sing, like wherever it comes from, sometimes it's weird. It just feels like sometimes it just comes.
It's almost like meditation.
Yeah,
that
I can't just sit and do in front of people. And then other times, like, I'll pick a beat from YouTube and like get inspired by that.
Are you still making your own beat? Because I know the first song you did.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sit and play with it, see what I want it to sound like.
What do you use, Fruity Loops?
Huh?
What do you use, like, software-wise?
Ableton.
Okay.
Live. Yeah. I mean, you can use the instrumentation to make your own, like, doodle-doo-doodle-doo-doo-doots. So I do that. But
I know nothing about making music at all.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a podcast.
I had interest in everything, so I like, that's how I knew about Fruity Loops. So I think it was, like, 9th grade when I found it. And Virtual DJ. Jalen was the one who had it, so that's how.
We gotta get him on the pod. What's he up to?
Oh, Jalen's the man.
Jalen is the man. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yo, that's the homie, bro. For real. Like we don't see each other or talk to each other like in a minute, just cause like he's working doing his thing and I'm out. But like every time like he'll randomly hit me up or I'll hit him up, and it's just like so natural, so organic. And it's like, yo, what's up? What you doing? I'm gonna swing by, whatever. So yeah, I mean when I was doing Amazon. I had ran into him one day, and he's like a completely different person. Like he's slimmed down so much.
I did see him slim. That's the last time I seen him. He was slimmer.
So like I said, like we're doing our own things, but when I saw him, I was like, Jim, where were you at? Yeah,
where'd you go?
Like he was sharp in the chin and everything. I was like,
damn. That's fire.
I'm like, UPS is doing you good. He's like, yo, UPS is shit.
That's fire.
So yeah, I saw him like 2 other times, but I mean it's been that spread out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
we
he's.
definitely gotta get him on.
I'll shoot him a text because I'll come back.
Yeah,
I'll
pull
come
up.
back.
Facts.
Ooh.
Facts. All right, what's your goals for the week?
So I've been for the end of last year. I kind of was just dragging my feet at work. I get paid on like a different scale, and basically like if you're on your feet, you're hustling, you can make the most out of it. So for the past month, I've been like bare minimum, like just 5 o'clock comes out the door, where before I would stay to like 8 o'clock every day, every night, just taking in work. And I mean it was beneficial for me because like management sees like, all right, he wants work, and being that I'm used to like the hourly side of like the city, I will wake up at like 5 in the morning, get home at 1. So like that's hard work to me. That's like breaking my back. So a lot of times guys leave at 5 and they're like, I'm not doing overtime. And for me, I'm like, what? Like I do overtime and I'm still home at 9 o'clock. So I'm like, oh, I'm taking it. I'll take this any day. So I've been like it has been the holidays and everything, so I've just been taking my time.
Word.
But for this week, I want to try to like crank out
Do your
OD
thing.
work. I'm trying
I
to get
feel
that done.
That's dope.
And then like I said, for the rebranding of like the Instagram page, I want to try to get some stuff like in order, get some like contacts in, and try to like get some content going.
Word.
So that's where I'm at. For
That
the
is
week.
dope.
Solid.
Mhm.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Solid goal.
Yeah.
You can accomplish that by next Sunday. You're good.
Yeah. I'm trying to like stay on it. When I first started the Exotic Gridiron, I was on it every day. I was in Lincoln Tech, so I was around cars. I was in Mahwah, New Jersey, so I was close to like all the dealerships. So that's how I like progressed so fast, because it was like they would hit me up and I'll be like, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and they're like, oh no, you don't gotta come right now. And I'm like, no, if it's cool, like I'll wait, but if it's cool, I'll go right now.
Right now, yeah.
I bet. So I mean, there was days where like we had half days, and then for the remainder of the day, I would just go to the dealerships and just like it's to the point now where like I can like freely walk around.
Word.
Like I want the keys to that. I want the keys to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And they're like very like, cause I'm respectful about the
for
cars.
Sure, yeah.
So they there's a
Trust
trust.
you, yeah. I
Right.
feel
So
that,
they
right.
give me like all the cars and everything to do what I want
That's
to do.
so cool.
with it.
That is so.
No,
that is so.
it's like I try to like always stay humble. And one thing I will
Yeah.
say is crazy, because like I always try to invite Gabby. Gabby never wants to come with me.
Why
Like,
you don't want to go?
we always get invited to like shows and everything, and I mean like, and I say this in the most humble way ever. Like I'll be at home like on a Saturday night, and like my boy will hit me up and be like, "Yo, pull up tomorrow, whatever." And then there was like there's days where like I get there and they're like, "All right, pick one."
That's
I'm just
fire.
like,
what?
so
That's
it got to the
cool.
point where like I'll hit up like it's last minute, but I'll hit up Jalen.
Word.
I'll hit up all my boys from work, and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I got one extra seat. Like,
Come through.
you want to come? And they're always
dope.
like, oh yeah, I'll be there. I'll be
Word.
there.
That's
So
super dope.
so with all that accessibility, I've been able to like post more, and I had a huge following. But then I finished Lincoln Tech, so I graduated, and I worked for Lexus for a little while. Then I left, and basically like the page just kind of died.
Word.
So right now I'm in that like
Rebuild
I'm
it,
trying to like
kinda.
rebuild it,
Word.
like re-image it. Try, like I said, get the face
Yeah,
on it
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like, all right, that's Jay. Like
Yeah,
I know,
yeah, yeah.
like I
That's
know
dope.
him.
That's dope.
So
Yeah.
so that's my push
That's
for
fire.
the week, and then just for the year
in general.
overall.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Nah, you gonna get there. That's super dope.
Yeah, man.
Word.
Yeah,
Now the
man.
page is dope, though.
Yeah,
For real, you
appreciate
got some
it.
dope content.
Appreciate
on
this podcast is fire.
Appreciate
One day
that.
we can have like a car related. I'll give you info.
Word.
We gotta take it on the road. We were talking about it. Eventually,
Yeah.
we gotta
Nah,
take
no,
the pod
we
on the
do
road.
so many different things. There's so many different things we're gonna do with it.
So like I said, I've been able to meet a lot of people. Let me know when that happens, because I like this. Honest to God, there's pretty dope spots that I got that can be
Fire.
like.
I love to hear that. 'cause
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
We're
yeah.
I'm
gonna
down.
be in a McLaren.
Yeah, it's fire because like you meet people like I don't. Is it cool if we go on? I don't want to.
No, you're good. No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
I
Just
meet-
chilling.
Nah, I don't want to.
Yeah, you're good. Trust me, you're
get
good.
the fuck off. I meet people who own these cars, and I've always thought like it was like one of those like they're like stockbrokers, filthy rich, and some of them are, but like a lot of them are like blue collar workers, and like they're like plumbers, whatever. So like they'll like besides like the cars and giving you access to it, they'll be like, yo, if you ever have an issue with your plumbing, or yo, I do like
So dope.
I do audio engineering,
Yeah.
so if you ever want to do like a TV coming out your ceiling,
Like, hit me up.
hit me up.
Word.
And I'm like, yo, I live in an apartment. I don't think that's possible. But like, it's just like all like the contacts for those like type of people.
Word.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
So with that, there's people who own businesses and establishments where they're like, yo, if you ever want to photo shoot, you ever want to do anything, let me know.
Word.
I got you.
I'll
Yeah.
clean up a
That's
section
dope.
for you.
That's dope.
So when that happens, let me know, because we talk about it, me and Paul, about doing a podcast, but it is a lot of work. So
Word.
credit on you guys on that, because it is. Because even for an Instagram page, is a lot.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do like a car type thing, but that's definitely down the line.
Word.
Once I
But
get
set that
something.
goal though. If
No,
that's-
no,
you
for
know what I'm
sure,
saying?
for
Yeah,
sure.
that's
I want to try to get this foundation
good.
structured,
Strong for sure.
get it
Love
going, and then like I said, YouTube, everything else.
That same with us with the pods. Like I was saying too, we want to do like merch, live episodes, things like that.
Yeah.
Like we have plans. We're like, let's stay with the foundation. Literally episode 10. You know what I mean? Like let's not force things.
Right.
Let's stay that foundation first. Get that foundation strong, and then we branch off. Like, all right. And then we always know, like, if that doesn't work, fine. We're still here. This is good. That works. It works. Great. We do this.
I
That
always
works.
say
Great.
try everything.
Word.
Like,
That's facts.
Because like it doesn't work. All right, cool. I tried it.
I tried
it.
You could try something that you didn't think was gonna work. Because I tried doing shorts on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I'm like everyone's just try to like re-image that TikTok.
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
So I tried posting up videos, and I'm like, I get views, but I don't really get much.
Yeah.
But the shorts have been like the
for
thing.
sure. I know. Yeah. Even like for this, we posted shorts, and it gets a lot more views.
Yeah,
than actual
because
shorts.
that's just like people just like if you're not interested in like if you don't know me, I only have like a 10-second window.
Yeah, 100% short term. Like
Right.
okay, wow, okay, that was funny.
Right.
Cool. Like,
Yeah, so
whatever.
I did one with a G wagon, with a G63, and that one like I had posted a video a night before, like a full video of an R8, and it had like 15, 16 views like for the day. This one I posted up like the next day, and it already had like 400 views on it.
Word.
And like likes and
Yeah,
interactions,
yeah. No, interaction,
which is
exactly.
key. So
Interaction,
if anyone like messages you, whether it is bad, where it's like, yo, this shit sucks. Yo,
Interaction.
appreciate you comment.
Yeah, appreciate that comment. Appreciate that.
The more they engage, the more
100%.
the more
Yeah.
like just the structure of
Yes.
how things work,
Yep.
they'll bring more people to view because they're like, yo, this guy's talking about it. He's been talking about it for like
Word.
4 different replies. So,
Word.
but yeah, so shorts is definitely where I'm at
Yeah,
now. So I'm
that's
trying
dope.
that. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do both, but shorts
yeah.
is my
Word.
focus.
I know, even like for us, like when we do the after party segment, that's like a lot of the shorts shit. So like that's the content I also like because like we even said like we want to do more content than just the podcast.
Yeah.
Like I said, podcast is our foundation, but like we were talking about doing like game nights and having different
Yeah.
shit. So like we want to do different shit and like things like that and like different content.
The
Yeah.
game
More
night thing,
content.
just random, would be fun when they come on.
Oh, that'd be so fire.
Yo,
That would be fire.
that would be super
Yeah, so like
lit.
so like a game night would be like obviously like us on the stage having a good time, but like at the same like not like the podcast. It's more just like us playing games and having conversation and like saying like different like experiences that we had and like fun
Right.
memories and shit like that. So,
It's
Car-
like
Cards
cheers to the
Against
governor
Humanity.
type stuff.
you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. It'd be fun. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it is more content. The more content, the better.
Yeah,
so
of course,
That's kind
of
of how
course.
we're feeling it. But obviously, the podcast is our strong.
What kind
point.
of party is this?
So obviously, people have asked you this before, but have you always had interest in doing podcasts? Like, how long was the turnaround period from like, I actually think I want to do a podcast to when it actually
So
happened?
for me personally, I watch podcasts all the time. So like how you said you have your headphones at work, that's what
Yeah.
I do too. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
watch mad podcasts. And I always said like I want to be on a podcast. I literally always said that like I want to be on one. I never really thought about like let me have my own because
Yeah.
like you said it's work and I'm just like that's how I associate it was like it's work. I don't want to really care for it. Like I just don't care. But then we went to Dante's, which you're actually gonna have him on soon. We went to his podcast, and then once we had that, I'm like yo. I'm happy.
That's when the fire was
I
sparked.
fulfilled what I wanted. I was on a podcast, and now I'm like, yo,
You kind of like that
I
environment.
love the engaging and just like
Yeah.
because I can talk.
And I was gonna
you know
say,
what I
you're a
mean?
very talkative person. So am I.
100%.
Gabby says that all the time.
So it's like this would be perfect. You know what I mean? And I was just like, yo, Simone's my dog, and Simone can talk,
Yeah.
and like we network out to people, we
Yeah.
know people. So I was like, yo, we should try this. And like the thing I love about podcasts is like. We're all a podcast, but we can do completely different things. Like you can talk about cars, someone can talk about hunting,
Yeah.
someone can talk about sports, someone can
Yeah.
talk about politics. Regardless, we're all a podcast, but it's completely different.
What's cool about it too is that because podcast has always been a thing for so long,
For so long,
but within the past 2 years or so, it has really,
especially with COVID, yeah, because that's all you really can
right,
do.
right. It really kind of like developed because Joe Rogan had a podcast
Yeah.
for years that I
Years.
watched, and I love it. And then there used to be a car lifestyle podcast I used to listen to like back in 2017, but that was like there was like other ones, but they weren't really like
Yeah.
engaging.
Word.
But like now there's a podcast for
Everything.
anything. Yeah, like for anything that you want to listen to,
There's a podcast for
There's a
100%,
podcast.
100%.
and then there's just new ones coming up and everything. And I just feel like now is like the time to like dominate on it.
create,
Literally create.
Yeah,
I feel like
just
that
post
right now.
And
Yeah.
keep posting and keep posting and keep posting.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing. Like no matter whether you're a small channel or a big channel, like the consistency is really like that's
Key.
the it
100%.
to it. So as long
100%.
as you like post and people have like, it's not just like one or two things to look over. Like it's like, all right, I have like
I have this,
10
yeah.
different podcast
Word.
episodes
Word.
to listen to, and they're each
100%.
long enough for
Yeah.
information. So, but podcasts it's like the new thing now.
Yeah, nah. What about you, Smo? What made you switch over? I know I kind of brought
You, Mike, literally you, because he was excited to do it, and I'm like, hey, whatever. But then he bought a Mac, and then he bought a microphone, and then he bought a recorder.
Yeah, that's
And it's, you know, like he was
You know what's crazy though
serious
too? It
about
like
it.
worked out because Alyssa and I were talking about for mad long. Like we need a computer. Let's get a computer. Like let's get, and we just kept pushing it off. We don't need one. But we were just like, and then once that idea came out, I was like,
It was the reason for it,
There
and
was
then
a
he
reason
did
for
it
it.
like 2 days after we were on Sunny Tay's pod, Dante's pod.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
why
yeah.
4 names just went through my brain, but yeah, I mean, because I sure as shit wouldn't have done it. I'm gonna be honest.
What I will say about that, I think that's cool that like friends are like very engaging with one another. Cause like I know about their podcast, so it's cool that they were like, yo,
come
come through.
I love that.
And then like it's kind of like out. Like I'm always like I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna support you.
Yeah.
And then you support me the
Word.
same way.
Yeah.
So I think that's like I said, it's very organic. It's very natural.
That's what we wanted. That was like our number one thing. Was like let's just be raw and organic. Like,
Yeah.
Obviously, we're gonna be as professional as we can, but like sometimes unprofessional makes it more organic. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like the call on the phone. Like I'm not pressed up. You know, I can't believe you did. You know what I mean? Like no, we're
Yeah.
here. We're having a
Sorry,
conversation. You know what I mean?
Grandma,
Like,
you didn't see the on-air text.
you didn't see, you know every Sunday I'm recording shit. You can't be giving me calls.
Shit, I don't know if that woman knows her name out now.
No, but it's cool though because you know what? Down the line, like I watch it with a lot of like YouTubers that I follow, is that they rewatch their old videos and they're like, yo, that's crazy. Like
Word.
in a matter of a year or 2 years,
Word.
like where we
The
started from
difference
to where we're at.
For sure.
And that's definitely motivation for me for that stuff because like I said, I want to be able to like I'm still gonna work. Like my personal opinion is like once you like stop working, you start kind of like going downhill for
Oh,
me.
for
Like,
sure.
I mean, when
I
you're
get
older,
it.
for sure.
No, I know what you're saying.
But like
yeah.
you're more interactive, you're more like engaged with
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
So like I always want to like stick with physically working, but I would love to be able to work like on my schedule.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm gonna work 2 days and I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work
Yeah.
6-7 days a week. Like
Sure.
especially when you're doing your own business.
Yeah.
You thought working like a 9 to 5 was hard for 6 days a week. Like, nah. When you do your own business,
When you're doing your own shit.
You're doing everything.
You're on the
doing-
schedule 24 hours.
you're doing
OD.
60 hours
Yeah.
minimum.
Yeah,
Because
facts.
you just got like, but you got to stay dedicated to it
Word.
because that's, you know, it nothing gets handed to you. I mean, you're gonna see some people that just started and they blow up, but that's one in a million.
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
most part, you gotta like work.
You gotta work for it.
Yeah.
Which I think I would not want to just blow up. My brain couldn't do that. I'd rather just gradually get there.
Right,
Steps.
just-
We were talking about the other episode. Like it's all about like the journey in it. Like it's not about like the end goal.
What's in
Obviously
the
the
middle?
end goal is great, but like the journey is like
Yeah,
the fun part.
yeah.
That's where you experience it. That's where you learn shit. That's where you have fun. You know what I mean?
And I have fun with people around me. Like I don't like doing nothing by myself. I hate traveling by myself. I hate like going somewhere by myself. I love like
Having
Mike,
your people
what are you
around.
doing?
Yeah, having
Like,
your people around.
All right, let's go. Like,
Word.
this is what we're doing today. Like,
Word.
I love to share that experience with everybody
100%.
because that was more fun. That was more
I agree.
like
it's a memory with someone
Yeah.
else. We both
Yeah.
hold the same
Yeah.
memory.
yeah. Like,
Word.
yo, you remember the Super Bowl party at my house? Like,
I actually really do remember that.
yeah, like that was
actually
what,
really do remember that.
2014.
Yeah,
That was
that was your senior year.
no 2013 was supposed to be my senior year, but 2014 was ours.
It was the Ravens one. I do know the Ravens
that
won
the,
that
that the
game.
lights went
Yeah,
off.
I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
excited at that.
So when you experience something like that, that's like
No,
you
I
remember
agree.
it.
No, I
versus
definitely agree.
Something I did by myself where I can't pick it up.
yeah,
so.
exactly. Or like if I did something like I went to like a vacation by myself and came back, that was mad fun. I'd be like, cool.
Yeah.
But like me and Alyssa could both come back and be like, that was bad. And we
Yeah,
both know, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like we both know that was cool. Or like the friends that we went with, you know. But it's like,
I went on vacation by myself once.
I'm not saying we're not saying
No,
it's
I'm not
bad.
saying you-
Yeah, you're not saying you can't.
Well, I
do
mean,
that.
It was
Listen.
fun. Ish.
cool.
It cost effective.
yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to bother with anybody. You know, you can wander around and do shit on your
Well,
own without
no,
having to like.
I mean, it's not like a negative thing.
No,
No,
yeah,
I know. You guys are
But-
talking shit about going on vacation alone,
but you on your
then
own
you did
time.
defend
That's one
myself.
thing
You
I
are on
will
your
say
time.
when this, especially as the group gets bigger, like one person wants to leave early in the morning to go
Yeah.
out, and then the next person like, I'm trying
not
to chill.
doing
I'm
that,
trying to
yeah.
sleep in. Like
Word.
we're on vacation. Like
Word.
I'm not. So I will say going by yourself is
yeah, I'm
There's
definitely a
pros
get up
and
early in the
cons.
morning and do shit
Yeah.
on vacation kind of person though.
yeah. So
I feel that. Are we on my goal?
Yeah.
We circle
Oh
back to
shit.
that? I know we were talking about goals. We got in conversation. What was my goal for DR? Like I said, I didn't want to say.
I
my
feel like
goal
your
for-
last goal is fake because you had a real goal that you couldn't say.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
for
So
sure,
my
yeah,
goal
yeah.
last week was to propose and her to say yes, and that happened. So my goal was accomplished.
Cool.
I think this week my goal is just to mentally be here because like I don't want to be still in vacation mode. Like right now, even this day, I'm here obviously, but
And you're like, yeah, it's cold.
yeah, bro.
Snow.
I literally was watching Snapchats of snow here, and I was literally like sitting by the water.
Yeah.
Like I was in the
Yeah.
pool that day.
Toasting.
Like,
Yeah, that always sucks. That always
I
sucks.
literally was just like, damn. And like, I gave myself this day to
Mm-hmm.
like prepare, but at the same time, like, I know I'm gonna have to go to work next week and do my thing. So
No, the most like eye-opening thing is like, man, 24 hours ago I was on the beach, and now I'm at work.
100%. It's crazy. And like, even like in the morning, every time I wake up, like on like a different state or a different whatever, I'm like, wow, later this day I'm gonna be in a different
Somewhere
country. Like,
else,
I'm literally,
yeah.
I'm in another country this
Yeah.
morning, and now I'm going to sleep. I'm in the United States.
Deep thoughts from Mike.
Traveling through space and time.
Traveling through tables. That's bad funny. Word. You got any plugs or any connections you want to throw out there?
Yeah, Lambo Paramus,
You're,
McLaren, North Jersey,
you're.
Eddie Jones, Dennis, my MB squad,
Word.
Justin, Vinny, obviously most importantly Gabby. That's my publicist right there.
Wow.
She tells me, all right, don't say this because that's wrong. Or even when I go to post something, I go and I
PR
write
teams,
it,
the PR team.
and then I go, all right, and she's like,
Edit
all right,
it.
let's change
Love
this out.
that.
This doesn't make sense. This,
Shout out.
That's
So, yeah.
awesome. How long have you guys been together now? Forever?
March is gonna be 10 years.
Oh,
That's
a
gonna be 10 years.
decade.
that.
Yeah,
That's
Love
awesome.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah. It's been fun. It's been fun. We're gonna extend it even more. I will say, you learn a lot about a person, and you learn to like love a person, like with all like the life experiences that
For
we've
sure.
gone through.
For sure.
So it's kind of like we always talk. We're like, what if ever? And I'm like, listen, if ever, I don't think I'll ever like. It'll be a long time before I ever date. But
Oh, word.
yeah, not that I want to.
No, I
but-
feel no. We've had conversations like
But
that.
it's like it's long. Like it is a commitment. And
yeah, no,
it's-
for sure.
it's like dedication and just time and effort.
Word.
So which I gotta do.
Y'all had a conversation.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like one thing, like we go on road trips a lot, and I always tell her that's my favorite time because we talk about anything. Like
Yeah.
it'll start with something like, yo, play this song, and then the song just the vibes, and then just like we just start talking about life, work, and like
Best times, just, yeah.
it's 100%
Yeah.
transparent.
Word.
Like what I'm feeling, what I want,
Word.
what she feels, what she
That's
wants.
fire. Yeah, that's
And
fire.
it's like we kind of like bounce off of each other. Like I'm having like a down day, like I'm that black cloud.
Yeah.
And she's like the next day, she's like, you know, be positive, have
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
day,
That's
like
dope.
just. And
I
we,
kind of want to cry a little bit.
yeah, no, you need that. You
No,
definitely-
you
I
definitely
will
need
say
that.
you
Yeah,
need that.
no,
Like
you
whether
definitely need
that's
that.
like a significant other or just a friend
A
that's
friend.
like.
I agree. No,
yo,
100% agree.
Get your shit right. Like,
100%.
don't.
100%.
Like it's not even. I'm not trying to diss you.
No,
but
100%.
You
Sometimes you
on
do
your
need just
bullshit
a
right
kick
now.
in the
Agree more.
ass, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Just a
yeah,
kick in the
yeah,
ass.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's one thing if it comes from like from Mike to you,
Yeah.
and then versus like, oh, Jay's told Mike
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
about
yeah.
you, then you take that a little different.
100%.
Oh, of course.
So,
if you're not
But
coming
if you
to
know
me
it's
directly.
coming from like the heart, it's like no, I want to see you better.
Right,
like,
right,
I'm
right.
gonna tell you what you don't want to hear because I want to
Yeah.
see you get better.
Yep.
For sure. That shit is needed in life, big time. Good shit,
Get me
y'all.
in the pod, I'm gonna cry.
This is fine. Great pod, great
Yeah.
episode, Jay. I appreciate you coming on,
Oh.
dog.
Have me back for every like 10, so 10, 20,
20, 30, 40.
We're making a lot of commitments. We don't have
I know
someone
Justin
else.
said
100, yeah.
And then
Leon said
I'm
7.
telling you, I'm dedicated to this podcast.
That's amazing,
I'll do a
man.
testimony. Great podcast, amazing, cool staff.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Jay Rivera.
Yeah.